Right, so this place is basically done now. All I've got to do, I've got to featherboard this bit here and it's done. But I can't do that because I ain't got no more featherboard, so I'm going to have to wait about a week or something. I've got a few little things to do which I'm going to do today, but my first job is to sort all this lot out here and make a load of firewood out on it. People ask me when I don't post videos what I've been doing. So for the past few days what I've been doing, absolutely nothing. This place here, I suppose it's got its ups and its downs. But one of the downs is really, I can't have a fire during the day because I'm scared that the smoke's going to give me away. Yeah. 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 I'm not bothered now because it's not really that cold, but I think as I get towards winter there will be times when I want to light a fire during the day, especially if I'm wet and I need to dry off. I'll give you a little bit of a tour of the inside then. So that's my washing line where I'll put my wet clothes in the future. Hang some stuff on these nails here, bags, etc. Got that, it's not a real sword, it's only plastic. That, what that lovely lady gave me up in a broth. Another coat hanger. The stove. That's where I sleep. I haven't made my bed yet, but I'm going to make it in a minute. It's not very big, this place. Dog bed. I'll show you now. Also, to see how bad it's been raining as well, it's bone dry underneath here, so I've got extra storage underneath, which ain't too bad. I could even put logs under there if I wanted to. I'm quite happy with the place. I get a good feeling at night time when I'm in there and the fire's going. But I've always got in the back of my mind that, look, you could say I shouldn't be doing this, do you know what I'm saying, in the eyes of authority or the law. But if I get discovered, then I'll just have to move on, you know. I try not to let things like that get to me, because if you think about it, everything what we own can be took away. We don't actually own it, do we? Do you know what I'm saying? We might think we own it, but it can all get took away at any point. So So when I talk about materialistic things, I often find myself saying I call them mine. But I think I'm going to try and stop doing that. I think I've been trying to do that for a bit anyway, because I don't really own anything. It's just materials, man. I put quite a lot of effort into building this place, and it would do me head in if I got discovered. But just try not to get attached to things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. I don't think it's the way for me to get attached to things. Things come and go. Even like money as well. I know it might sound stupid to a lot of people, but I don't like saving money. I'd sooner just spend it. Spend it, it's what it's there for, isn't it? Money's there to be spent, not to be saved. Some people might have a different opinion on that, but me personally, saving's not for me, you know. I'm not bothered about it, man. Sooner just spend it. Bituminous, however you pronounce it, roofing felt adhesive. Will it work? I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill some gaps in with this as like a bit of a seam sealer. Well, I can't show you what I'm about to do now because it's at a funny angle, but what I'm going to do is, so I've cut this wood so it gets a little bit wider at top, perfect, so I can wedge it in with axe and then put some screws into it. And then this is my door. Perfect. Look, really, I'd just like to thank everybody that's helped me out with the materials to build this place. Because I started off buying featherboards, and then people just gave me a load of featherboards, gave me a load of nails, that adhesive stuff, expanding, loads of stuff. So massive thank you to you lot because you helped me build this place. I'd like to do a little bit of question and answer. So, where do I have a bath? In a river. I think most of you have gathered that by now. When was the last time I had a bath? A year ago. When was the last time I had a shower? When I stopped in that hotel in Scotland. Do I wear pyjamas for bedtime? What do you think? No, I don't. Where do I go to the toilet? Everywhere and anywhere. I'm quite eco-friendly if you think about it. Do I love my dogs? Of course I love my dogs. I love them to bits. They do get on my nerves though, probably once a day. How long have I been growing my hair for now? I've grown it, this has been, I think this is nearly 3 years now, coming up to 3 years. Just over 2 years. I've never had it trimmed, I've never had any split ends done or anything. My hair dreadlocks up quite bad. So now and then I try and take them all out, and that's why it goes bushy like this, do you know what I mean? Because to be honest, I've got 2 massive knots in my hair and I've been trying to take them out for a week. Probably can't see them from there, but that's one of them. And then that's other one. But say over the past week I've took a lot of knots out of my hair. I've said before in my videos that I don't use toothpaste, deodorant, shower gel or soap or anything. But I've just introduced soap back into my routine now. And deodorant, cocoa butter and toothpaste. So I think I went about 2 years without using soap, toothpaste, shower gel, deodorant or anything like that. Probably a little bit longer. How old's Rocky? Rocky's 3 years old. How old's Max? Max is 2 years old. I got Rocky when he was 11 weeks old, and I never put a lead on that dog up until I'd say he reached about 18 months old, and then I started putting a lead on him. And Max, I got Max when he was 6 months old. I was doing a job in Nottingham. I don't know if I've said this story to you before. And a woman's walked past me with him, and they're only small, a little baby lurcher. I goes, oh, he's lovely, he is. And she goes, yes, I'm giving him away. She didn't just give him me like that. She was very upset. She started crying. She said she had to go to her own country. She gave me a bag full of stuff. I wonder if that woman watches these videos. She did ask me, she looked me solid in the eyes and said, promise you'll look after this dog. I said, honestly, I'll look after this dog, do you know what I mean? I'll give it a good laugh. I hope she watches these videos. Do I like living like this? End of the day, like I've said before, I'm a single male. I've got family, but not a house family, like what, you know what I mean? I've got that sort of family. So in this situation now, I've got no bills to pay, and all the money I get, I just spend it on me and my dogs. And I'm better off living like this with my mindset than what I am living in a house, because I've lived in houses before, and when I come home wet and cold, I can't make a fire in the house. I can't put gas and electric on because I've got no money. Because I kind of want to do my own thing in life, do you know what I mean? And I think doing that's kind of got me into this situation. I live like this by just wanting to do my own thing. And I wouldn't say I'm far from fully independent, but I'd like to get that way. But I kind of just want to be independent, man. I know it sounds a bit negative, but you know, but I understand someone always pays you, but you know, like bosses and gaffers and things like that, man, I don't get on with them, you know what I mean? So I don't really want to go into it, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm living like this. I'll tell a story though. So I get my dates and times mixed up, but before me getting kicked out of my house and being homeless, I think I was kind of getting myself prepared for it. I don't know if it's almost, I feel like I was guided in some ways by a higher force, do you know what I mean? Like getting me prepared for what was about to happen, you know what I mean? And I was going through hard times and things like that. And one day I thought, do you know what? There's a chimney on top of ours, and I can remember there used to be a fireplace years ago in the house. So I lived in there for like 20 years with my mum. So one day I got a lump hammer and I whacked all the bricks out and reopened the fireplace, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I used to burn wood in that quite often, do you know what I mean? You'd go up my street on a cold winter's day and you'd see steam coming out everyone's ass where they've got the heating on. You'd never see steam coming out my house because I've never put heating on. It was too expensive. It used to use a lot of money each week. So instead you see smoke coming out the chimney. And it used to keep me warm for a little bit, but when fire went out, it were only a little fireplace. I still wake up cold. I've been waking up cold for years. It's so familiar for me to be waking up in the morning and not want to get out from underneath that coat because it's that cold. Just as cold as what it is outside and is inside as the places I've been living. I'm used to it, man, you know, like I think I'm quite tough in some ways. And back to the fireplace, I can remember my mum coming down and seeing me with her husband, and they've come in front room, and I don't know how to explain it. I try and paint the picture like they've both walked in and the faces dropped. They weren't smiling when they seen the fireplace, do you know what I mean? But I was struggling, man. I just wanted to keep warm, do you know what I mean? And cook some food and that. I've got a lot to talk about, and I'd like to talk about a lot of experiences I've had through my videos, and yeah, I've got a lot to talk about, honestly. I think you'd all like it, you know what I mean? I've been around.